Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our regular community. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently trading at 31,486, up 6.21%. Ethereum, ETH, currently trading at 1899, up 8.21%. If you're new to the channel, I'd just like to let you know that everything I do for you is free. Please be aware of scammers. Twice a day, 7 days a week, I share my experience as a full-time crypto trader. I've hidden secret crypto tricks, tips, and rules throughout this video to share with our dedicated community. See how many you can find. My goal is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. I'd like to share Rule 707 with you. It's never too late. So many beautiful community members reach out to me directly on Twitter through direct messaging. They have incredible stories, how they're overcoming hardship in their lives, how they progress with their life even though they've lost loved ones, how they do incredible things like get back into life after overcoming cancer. There's so many incredible people in our community. It is never too late to become more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. It's also never too late to prosper from trading and investing. Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, has an incredible story. I'd just like to share his attitude with you because I think it's really important. He was born in 1890 and died in 1980. Wow, what a full life he led. He said, every failure is a stepping stone to something better. And it's so true. When you're in the market, you're making losses. They're stepping stones to something better. That's turning you into a diamond. Don't worry about diamond hands. You are the diamond. I love this quote from him. He was 66 years old. He still had to work to make a living. He had a social security check of $105 and decided that he would use that money to franchise his chicken recipe. And he said, people always like my chicken, and that's very true. What he actually did, he went from store to store to store to try and license the recipe. He was rejected 1,009 times. Can you imagine if the Colonel was a crypto investor and he had made 1,009 losses? He would be bulletproof. Learning with his dedication, unbelievable. He would become a blessing to himself and others. He said, and I love this, I totally agree with this rule. Long-time viewers will know that I live by this as well. I've only had two rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. Let's get into Rule 174, the T-cubed process. Trend, timing, and trigger. The trend is covered in episode 138 for this particular episode. We always have a trend and a timing episode, a trend and a timing episode. It's always the same. The trend episode looks across all the markets, how Bitcoin is being impacted by inflation, unemployment, Delta variant, you name it, it's in there. It's designed to be the most comprehensive and rapid run through of the market globally. So let's get into this process. Rule 1122, we use the KS method for timing. Part of the timing method is we look at news headlines for Bitcoin because Bitcoin moves the crypto market. And we assess it as we would if we didn't know anything about crypto. The news is very misleading. So let's have a look. Bitcoin price climbs back. Well, that's very positive. Bitcoin crashed. Oh no, but managed to recover. Oh yes. That's pretty neutral, kind of positive. Bitcoin retakes. Oh, that's nice. And risk reset in the traditional markets. If you've been following our trend, you know exactly what traditional markets are doing. Bitcoin whale wallets dormant. Oh, they've been sleeping. Oh, that's nice. Fear and greed index hits 1 year low. Wow, that's good, I think. What is it, fear hitting a 1 year low or greed? I don't know. I'm so confused. That's how we think as an investor or a trader who's just new to crypto. These headlines, of course, mean something to us, but we have to figure out what the sentiment is in the street. Bitcoin slips below. Ooh, that's not good. Ooh, it climbs back. It slipped below and it's climbed back. That's pretty cool. You see the same headline. Bitcoin and Dogecoin are braced for an Elon Musk something. On ya, Elon. He's always up to mischief. Crypto's reverse course after a flash crash. Ooh, that's very nice. Bitcoin climbs back over 30. No, it's still worth less than half. Oh, let's have a look at that. We always love fact-checking the news. Okay, it's less than half. So let's have a look at the return on investment from Bitcoin, gold, and the S&P 500 over the past 12 months. So Bitcoin has increased 214%, gold has lost 2%, and the S&P 500 is up 32%. What's this lost half? Well, I guess if you were holding it for a year, it wouldn't be too bad. They must be talking about something else. But it's really important to check the news headlines. News headlines tend to be very sensationalistic. They really want people to be motivated to read the article. No better way than doing that through fear, unfortunately. In this channel, we're all about being fearless. Let's have a look how the crypto total market is going. We saw quite a sell-off yesterday, but that sell-off wasn't anywhere near the spike down anyway. A lot of people were calling for the end of the world. I guess the crypto market decided to go the other way. Okay, so how's everything going here? The total crypto market cap is $1.261 trillion. I'm going to introduce you to a secret tip if you're new. This is the price of Bitcoin. You can see it measured here in real time. This is what I call Bitcoin's fingerprint. You can see the total crypto market cap, as what we looked at before, is the total capitalization of all alts, including Bitcoin. Look at how the market moves with Bitcoin. There is a saying, no altcoin can escape Bitcoin's gravity. I had a really interesting question across, well, there were a few, actually, a lot, across Twitter, Facebook, and the Discord group, as well as the YouTube channel. I do my best to always read all your comments. It's not always possible, but I do my best. A person was interested, when do we get back into alts? I'd like to let you know, it is always alt season. A lot of channels talk about Bitcoin dominance. Don't even worry about it. It's best to understand Bitcoin's fingerprint. I'll go through it a bit more in this episode, but you don't have to worry. Let's see how Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is currently trading at $31,361. It's recovered very, very well from around $29,200. It's done a very good job. A lot of people came in and bought this falling knife. When we get institutional thinking, we understand that buying these falling knives is what everybody else wouldn't do. There's a lot of opportunities in here. Sharp angles tend to reflect, as we see. Prices always moving in a wave, down and then up, down and then up. We know that this is a fairly substantial downweight. We would expect an upwave. Bitcoin's current resistance is 31,557. Above that, 32,054. A key level that we're on the lookout for is 32,414. Support below is 30,545 and 30,133. A very good thing, this structural resistance line, Bitcoin is above that right now. It would be fair for Bitcoin to come down and retest this line. Price is always moving in a wave. We don't get too freaked out when things go up and down. That's what they do. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin longs and shorts. The shorts are measured in red. We see them decreasing. Now the longs are measured in green. They're increasing. We see the price go up as the shorts go down, but also more longs are in the market. Let's have a look at Ethereum, the number 2 crypto. Ethereum shorts are measured in the red line here. Ethereum longs are measured in the green line. We can see an uptick in Ethereum longs, a collapse in Ethereum shorts. Let's have a look at Bitcoin's options expiring at the end of the month. Maxpain, where the majority of options, both call options, which are expecting higher prices, for example, these higher prices, and put options, put down, you can think about that, which expect lower prices. Maxpain is currently 35,000. That's the price at which the majority of options expire worthless. It's quite common for about 75% of options to expire worthless. Maxpain, some people think it's a magnet, other people don't. I tend to think it's not. Let's have a look at the Ethereum options expiring at the end of the month. We can see a lot of calls, but the Maxpain price has actually fallen to 2,200. That's really interesting. We'll keep our eye on this. Let's have a look at the calls and the puts. Puts are down, going short, and calls are up, going long. Call up someone, that's pretty cool. Put down someone, that's not the best. So we're looking for Bitcoin. The calls are about 53%. Therefore, the puts are 46.9. The calls in Ethereum are 55.9%. The puts, 44.1%. Let's have a look at total liquidations. Across the past 24 hours, 277.97 million worth of liquidations occurred to 53,051 traders. Over the past 12 hours, about 94% of liquidations were short. We can see not a lot of activity here, fairly low liquidations. We're looking for a big move, and the majority of liquidations have been short. Part of our analysis is we always look at psychological safety and liquidations. We look at the liquidations for large multi-billion dollar amounts. When we get them, we put them in this graph here in the yellow. We've not seen those multi-billion dollar liquidations across here as yet. It's important to understand psychological safety. Many people, investors who are new, don't worry too much about the price because they think, oh, I'm going to hold this for 5, 10 years or 2, 3 years or whatever the time period is. So they just pretty much buy at market and say, oh, it'd be greedy to try and time my buys. What happens traditionally is people are called into the market when price is increasing. Investors can tend to buy at the top, and then when they experience these price decreases, they feel to themselves they've made the wrong investment decision, and they can tend to sell at the bottom. It's really important to gain trading knowledge. Every investor becomes a trader every single time they buy or sell. You do not want to buy at the top and sell at the bottom. You want to turn that around and think like an institution of one and buy when there is extreme fear and sell when there is extreme greed. The Fear and Greed Index is currently 10, which is extreme fear. That's a really, really good number to buy. We see recently the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust did its unlock. I said not to worry too much about it, and we see prices basically recovered. The options expiration Maxpain, we're just calculating that 36,000 previously up to the GBTC unlock now currently 35,000. We're just tracking it, seeing how price reacts to that max pain level. If you're new to the channel, we always understand the overall trend before we seek to time anything and before we do a buy or a sell through the trigger process. The timing process allows us to look across the entire market when people are talking about options expirations, shorts or longs increasing, derivative values, whatever they're talking about, fear and greed. You will know because we look across everything that we can possibly look across. With that in mind, it's really important to keep an eye on the top 7 and the percentage movers so you can get a feel for the market. The top 7, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Binance Coin, Cardano, USDC Coin, and XRP. Let's look at the top 24-hour percent gainers. Rune, Matic, Quant, AXS, Dash, Telcoin, and T-Fuel. Let's go the other way. Largest percentage losses, past 24 hours, Rev, Leo, stable coins. Stable coins we don't care about because they're pretty much always $1. Let's have a look at the greatest 7-day gainers. NEM or XEM, Dash, Ravencoin, Leo, Quant, Clay. Pax is a stable coin, so we just disregard that. Let's have a look at the largest 7-day percent losses. Rune, Rev, STX, Synthetics, Flow, MDX, and Harmony One. In order to make money in any market, you must be very, very disciplined. You must understand what is happening throughout all facets. Most people don't really care, and that's why 90% of investors and traders lose money, because they have no context inside with which to understand if they should buy or sell at that particular time. We look through the derivatives on Binance to understand primarily the change in the price of the contract in the past 24 hours. This gives us a really good indication of what has interest. 24-hour trading volume was $52.1 billion. 24-hour open interest was $6.5 billion. Now let's have a look at these percentage changes. We're seeing Bitcoin hovering around 6%. We can see Ethereum around 8%. It's got more interest than Bitcoin currently. It's a stronger play. Then we go through all the different particular coins, tokens. We're looking for double digits, 10 plus. We can see there's a lot of them. I certainly couldn't call them all out today because there's so many. In the last episode on timing, they were pretty much all red. It just goes to show you, when they go double digit negative red, generally the next day is quite positive. You can see there's some pretty good ones. CHR, Theta, Comp, Rune, KSM. This just goes to show you where people are putting their money. I'll just put this up here for you because you can refer to it anytime. Come back to it, look at it. Alice, you'll always have a record. I make sure I do this 7 days a week, so you have a trading journal that you can always go back and look at. I think it's time you had some bubbles. We can see Rune has done very well. This just across the day. This is from cryptobubbles.net. AXS, Axie Infinity, is doing well. Matic, Quant, SEM, XEM, Theta, not bad. Let's have a look at Ethereum's technical analysis. Ethereum currently trading at 1903. It's literally at structural resistance. This is very good. You can see in this chart that Ethereum passed this resistance, turned it to support, retested, resumed, came back and retested, and resumed again. Price is always moving in a wave. Don't be concerned at all if it comes down, retests an upward channel, and resumes off again. Ethereum has support at 1875 and 1832. It has resistance at 1960 and 1992. I was explaining previously about Bitcoin's fingerprint. You can see the synchronization between Bitcoin's fingerprint and the direction of movement for practically any alt. If Bitcoin goes up, the alt will go up 99.9% of the time. Sometimes they do go out of phase, and they're very, very interesting to identify. They can have some hidden power in them. We're always looking for outliers. Let's have a look at Binance Coin. Binance Coin is currently trading at 285.66, support below at 278 and 270, resistance above and structural resistance above at 291.52. Next level of resistance, 302. You can see this structural resistance, which was pushing away price. That's what it does. When price trades through structural resistance, it's quite common for it to come back, retest before it resumes. It always depends on what the market is doing. See these sharp angles reversing. Price always moving in a wave, going up, coming down. Let's have a look at Bitcoin's fingerprint. You can see how directionally Bitcoin's fingerprint pulls a specific alt in a specific direction. It's quite fascinating and intriguing to watch. When Bitcoin comes down, pretty much everything comes down. Even very large movers will be affected in their upward trajectory by Bitcoin's downward price movement. Always keep that in mind. That is an incredible thing to know and to understand. I'd like to share Rule 39 with you. This is buy at support, sell at resistance. Patience always. It's really, really important that you don't trample into a trade or trample out of a trade. You don't want fear of missing out, and you don't want fear full stop. Always seek to buy at support and sell at resistance. Resistance, we're really talking about more at this point, buying at support. It depends. The resistance that you come up to could be the end of the bull market cycle, or it could be shorter term if you're a trader. For the moment, focus on buying at support. Remember, patience always. It's a very, very profitable rule, but it takes a lot of discipline to do. Let's have a look at ADA, Cardano. Cardano is currently trading at 1.1465. Resistance above is 1.1645 and 1.1972. Support below is 1.1207 and 1.1077. What I see in this chart is this downwards resistance. This is called a tight level of resistance. I'm not worrying about these hills. I want to make sure that when I see price get above a certain area of key area, that gives a faster signal. We're always after faster signals in this channel. You can notice various support lines. Some are blue, and this is a resistance, a structural resistance line. We also have some structural resistance lines back in the chart. I put episode 93 together for you. That will take you step by step by step through drawing support and resistance lines on a chart, especially structural support and structural resistance, diagonal and horizontal. It's really important that you gather this skill. You don't need to go and buy an indicator. It's much, much better if you learn how to do it yourself. Let's have a look at XRP. XRP is currently trading at 55.29, pretty much at support now. There's a lower level of support at 53.46 and a structural level of support at 51.66. Resistance above is 56.94, and that is structural, and a lighter level of resistance at 58.55. Remember, that particular video can give you a lot of insight into how to do these graphs. It's always better if you can do it yourself and not rely on something out of the box, such as an indicator. Rule 138, All investors become traders. When people start investing, especially in the crypto market, they're really afraid of falling knives. In the stock market, they say never catch a falling knife. Stock market is very different from crypto. In the stock market, there can be some truth in that, generally because the institutions are telling you to never buy a falling knife. But the concept in crypto is very different. Crypto is incredibly volatile. It's open 5.17 times longer than conventional trading hours. It has around 10 times the volatility of the stock market. Buying those whipsaws is a way to make a lot of profit, especially if you're dollar cost averaging in. You can set your buy orders at support, going down a long way from the current price. Price moves around a lot in crypto. It's really, really volatile. You can use that to your advantage. Another secret. This is really cool. This could help you tremendously. This is the KS model. The KS model is a crypto technical trading model based on institutional price psychology. This is a real-time price graph of Bitcoin currently. This is the current value of Bitcoin, $31,413.87. Whoops, it's changed again. That's just saying how real-time this thing is. We can do all sorts of things with this model. We can parallel it to Ethereum, Cardano, anything, DOGE, anything at all. Okay, let's take you through this. What are the things that I want to share with you here? I would like to share a couple of things. The first thing is that the most likely high range for this particular bull market phase, this is in yellow in this area, is between 288,000 and 486,000, expected around the end of May 2022. A lot of people will think that price, the bull market, will come to an end around the midway in October. Now, the problem with that is that the 2012 cycle, when compared to the 2016 cycle, the 2016 cycle was 43% longer than the 2012 cycle. As a result, many people thought it was the end, and it ran for days and days, hundreds of days more than what people expected. They were caught off guard. We expect that the 2020 halving cycle for the bull market will be at least 43% longer than the 2016 halving cycle. There are some caveats with this. It really depends on when the halving is occurring. I'm keeping my eye on it. Far as we are concerned, this price action in this range is fine. I will be changing these things as we get closer to the halving period consolidating. It's whipping around a little bit at the moment, mainly due to the China miners going offline and then coming back online. One thing that you may like to know, in May of 2022, the absolute minimum high that we would expect for Bitcoin will be approximately $132,418. There's a whole lot of logic behind that. If you see episode 138, and of course this is 139, and we have some previous episodes on it as well, you'll get a much better idea. Now, this is the really fun thing that I want to share with you. We are expecting in 2023 a capitulation event down around this range between February and April of between $43,320 and $72,900. If the current price, if these criteria are met, the current price of $31,500 now is pretty much a bargain. It's above the bear market low for 2023. Then we'll enter consolidation. I would like to help you to understand that enormous amounts of money can be made in the bull market, the bear market, and consolidation. I particularly love bear markets. I find them extremely easy to trade. I guess that's my real edge. I love bull markets as well, and I love consolidation, but I particularly love bear markets. I know a lot of people are calling for a bear market, but statistically, I can't see it. I can't find any data that realistically supports that on the balance of probabilities. If you'd like to see what data that is, please check the trend video before this one. Let's have a look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin is currently trading at 18,715. It has support below at 17,980 and 17,066. It has resistance above at 19,990 and 21,095. Let's see how this plays out against Bitcoin's fingerprint. There's a rule in the bag, if you like, that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. We notice that Doge is moving with Bitcoin. It can be different in terms of the percent movement, either up or down, but we can see here as Bitcoin came down, Doge came down. As Bitcoin went up, Doge went up. As Bitcoin came down, Doge went down. As Bitcoin came up, Doge came up a little bit. As it went down as well. This fingerprint is really, really important to understand. You can see this variance here. This is very interesting. This is what we always look for, hidden gems. We can see Bitcoin was coming up, but Doge shot up. That's very cool. We need to look further into these events. Around the 18th of July, 2021, so 17th to 18th of July. If you're into DOGE, please let me know what you think happened there. These are always fantastic things to track. You can see that the price movement is almost in synchronization with Bitcoin currently. Let's have a look at Polkadot. DOT is currently trading at 12,136, just above support at $12 even. There is another support at 11,400. Next major resistance is 12,911, and the next one up from there is 14,023. Let's see how Bitcoin's fingerprint affects DOT. We can see that they are correlating, and it's always the way. Bitcoin's fingerprint is magnetic. Look at this correlation here. It's undeniable. I have another secret to share. Okay, let's check this one out. From this high to this low is a reduction of 41.18%. That's just represented by that line there. From this low up to this high is an increase of 70.74%. Now, it's a pretty interesting concept, isn't it? 41% down, 70% up. That's why price is negatively biased. Negatively biased means it likes to go down. Unfortunately, it does, but it also very much loves to come back up, especially in crypto. This is what we talk about, the buying of the falling knife. When prices come down very fast, they are typically completely unsustainable. They're very safe places to buy. Now you can probably understand why bear markets are so profitable, because price is always capitulating. You buy the capitulations, and when it comes back up to a reasonable target, you sell it. It's an incredible thing. Very easy markets to sell. Let's have a look at Chainlink. Chainlink is a community favorite. Chainlink is currently trading at 14,812. There is support below, fairly good support, at 14,482 and 14,107. Price is just below the next resistance level at 14,981 and above that at 15,462. Let's have a look at how Bitcoin's fingerprint is playing out here. Look at the correlation in direction, not magnitude. The magnitude is unimportant. The direction is what is important. We can see it's basically coming into sync. It's really, really important to look at Bitcoin. I hope this is explaining why it's so important to know what Bitcoin is doing. The trend analysis video here, episode 138, the trend analysis video is the foundation of this video. If you haven't managed to watch it, I would strongly urge you watch it. It is very, very eye-opening. You can always double or triple the speed. I can sound like I'm on coffee or something stronger than that. That's okay. It's really all about you gathering the knowledge. It will make your journey in crypto so stress-free. I'd like to give you another secret insight. S&P Global is an incredible organization. They are the S&P Dow Jones indices. They're incredible. They're everywhere. They track the market basically. S&P Cryptocurrency Broad Digital Market Index. When the S&P is actually checking things like this, you know the crypto is maturing. I just wanted to pass this by you so you can look at it. The website, spglobal.com. It's another trick. You can see adoption is really ramping up. Rule 47, master your edge. Every single investor and trader, and we know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell. So any trader really requires an edge. If you have an edge, that could be through Fibonacci, that could be through chart patterns, that could be through all sorts of things. It doesn't matter what it is. Your edge will be as personal and unique as you are. Whatever it is, refine it, hone it, make it work for you. I'm trying to share my edge with you, the things that I've gathered over 20 plus years. I hope it helps. This is a special request. A couple of people in the community really like AVAX, so I wanted to draw something to your attention as a learning experience. These are special lines. I've not spoken about these lines. These are secret lines that I draw in my charts. They're called recovery lines. Recovery occurs when certain recovered points are met. I'm going to explain it using AVAX. I always talk about a large number of coins in this episode. If you're watching this and AVAX isn't your coin, I've got to tell you, you're a legend. I'm very, very impressed with you. That means you're committed to doing your best in these markets, which is really important because crypto will take your money if you're not careful. The recovery line here, drawn at this particular figure, 14158 for AVAX, is a recovery to a previous level of high, immediate high. I've not spoken about this, so you're getting sort of insider knowledge, if you like. That second recovery line is back here at that level. What we're doing here with these recovery lines is we're looking at the percentage increase from the low, the immediate low, to the right of that line, back to recovery. Recovery 1, 52%. We don't need to be exact. You can just say 52. You don't need to say 52.21. But you can if you want. Of course, you can do whatever you like. Recovery 2 is around 66% up. Now, these are really important. On your beloved altcoins, you can start to draw recovery 1 and 2 lines in and seek out these percentages. As Bitcoin recovers, those are the first lines that will be taken out by the recovery. You really should keep an eye on them. Also, you can imagine if you manage to buy the falling knife, as I know some people that did in this community, because we promote that, because crypto is volatile, they're safe bets. If you did so and the price actually rallies back up to recovery, you could expect a 52% return. And this is just this high. Forget about your 10x's. You can make 10x's like this just doing these kind of trades in and out. But of course, it depends on your tax situation. Always be aware of that. Sometimes it's better to hold. But you can see recovery 2 is 66%. Very interesting, isn't it? If you've seen this, can you please put R1, R2 in the comments? Just put it in, say something like, "Hi Ken, R1, R2, how you going?" You know, whatever you like. Just make it sort of a bit secret. That'll be our secret code. So let's have a look at AVAX's price. AVAX is currently trading at 10,408, above support at 9,844 and 9,334. Resistance above is at 11,116 and 11,702. This is quite good. You can see it's broken. This is what I see. A lot of people have said, "Ken, can you tell us what you see?" They particularly like it when I say, "What I see in this chart is," if you like it too, please let me know. It's cool. What I see in this chart is it's come across, traded above this resistance. That is quite a good sign. Resistance can tend to be retested. That means price can come down to it. This is now support, but it's just got one little tick up. We'll keep our eye on things, but that's also another little tip that you can take to the bank with you when you use it for your investing and trading. Let's have a quick peep at Bitcoin's fingerprint. You can see the directional bias. When Bitcoin takes off, AVAX takes off. You notice that I've got that line right there. Look at it. It takes off simultaneously. It's freaky. And it's the way that the crypto market works. If it's coming down, it's all coming down. That's why we must pay a lot of attention to Bitcoin. Even if you don't hold it, you don't believe in it, you think it's rubbish, it's not important. Keep your eye on it because it will help you to make really, really profitable decisions. I guess something interesting, I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. Bitcoin is a tradable commodity as far as I'm concerned. I understand its technology, I understand its vision. It's pretty impressive. It's the foundation of the Internet of Value. But I don't get caught up in laser eyes or anything like that. I'm pretty much middle of the road. Some people have asked me to put laser eyes on my profile. It will never happen. Not that I don't like laser eyes, I just don't see the point. Everything trades up and down. It's all moving in a wave. Bitcoin will move from the bull market to the bear market. I'm not sure what eyes I put in the bear market, maybe crying, but it's not to be the case, really, because a lot of money can be made by bear markets. I hope you found the content useful. Everything I do for you is free. Please be aware of scammers. I do these videos to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Please reach out and say hi and let me know where you're viewing from. I'd love to hear from you. We have free Facebook, Discord, and Twitter groups, and you can always contact me through the YouTube comments as well as reaching out directly on Twitter or any of the Facebook or Discord groups. The URLs are in the description. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Nice to see some green, isn't it? Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and the worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.